So my car's had a bit of a misfire since about middle of the summer or so, and I've been I knew it was probably one of the coils, and I've basically just been waiting for the engine light to come on and tell me what the problem is. So today it finally came on, and I'll show you guys what the code looks like. So I got my code reader here. I'll just plug it in. For those of you who don't know, the OBD2 port down here. And you just gotta turn your key on. And then this little guy is gonna tell me what the issue is. It's just gonna take a second. It takes it a minute to read it. So, cylinder 6 misfire. So that is, I'm almost 100% sure that's gonna be the ignition coil on the number 6 cylinder, which these are known for those of you who don't know. Now, the reason they go is because there's a valve cover, because these are dual overhead cams, there's a valve cover gasket that goes around the ignition coil, which has to go through the valve cover. What happens is that there's like a little O-ring there, and that O-ring is prone to leaking. Now, I went and changed all the valve cover gaskets and the O-rings last summer, but I knew one of the coils, when I did that, was on its way out. I didn't know which one, but I cleaned them all up and the problem went away, and it's just recently came back this summer. So I mean, anyways, I've been kind of just waiting for the engine light to turn on. Now, I just started the car a few minutes ago and it wasn't doing it, but it seemed to have gone in a limp mode while I was driving when the engine light first came on, where it was really misfiring really hard. It's gone away since I've turned the car off and back on, but I mean, anyways, it'll do that. I've got the code, I know what cylinder to do, and I'm going to show you guys how to change an ignition coil. So now that I've moved my car close to my door here, so I'm on a university campus residence here. These are little townhouses, so I don't have a nice place to work on anything, but this will have to do today because I mean, I'm a little ways from home. So basically what we're going to be doing is we gotta get in this little cover right here. So I'm gonna have to pull some stuff off. This will be fun, because these cars are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in terms of cylinders, whereas some crisscross. However, so we'll be doing the coil, the second one back from the front. Now I know a lot of people have told, like online and stuff, have said to change all of them at once, but I mean, I don't really want to buy all the coils, and I did it before where I only changed the one, and I mean, I've gotten 2 years without having one go. So if I only have to do this every couple of years, then that's fine with me. Anyways, I'm gonna go get my tools and get set up. So got all my tools now. I should just need only a ratchet set there. I got my two little ratchet sets, should be able to do this with. So first, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this cover off, and then I might, oh, that bolt in the back is gonna be a lot of trouble, but hopefully I can do it here. I should be able to. Anyways, so that's what we're gonna do first. We're gonna pull the cover off and see about trying to get these little bolts out here so I can pull that cover out. So these little snaps, when you go to pull them out, you just have to push the center in them, then you can lift them out of the hole. You just push the center out, and then when you go to put them back in, you push it all the way out, and then when you set it in, you push the snap back in and it'll go. So for example, this one here, you just push the center, and then it's pulled out, so they're not going to want to go, but that's that. This just lifts off. Get a few things out of the way here. So now that I got this cover off, we're able to see the individual coils in there. So that's the number 1 cylinder coil. So the one we're trying to change is the one back from it, which is this one. You can see they go 3 and then there's 4 all the way back there. I'm real glad I'm not changing that one, because that bolt back there took me longer than it took to do all these bolts. That one took more. I could have undone all these bolts, tightened them back up again in the time it took me to do that back bolt. But it would have helped if I would have brought a wrench set to school, but because it's a 7 mil and wasn't working. But yeah, so now we're gonna undo. There's a bolt like this, I think it's 7 mil as well, on the coil up there. So I'm just gonna reach in and I'm gonna take that off, and then it's gonna be pretty much it. So that's it right there. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bit of oil on it, just a little bit. So maybe my valve cover gasket isn't sealing as well as I thought. But so this coil here, you can tell it's a little shiny. It's got a little bit of oil on it in there, a little bit, if you can tell. I'm trying to. Anyways, it's a little shiny, and that means there's oil. You can see it's kind of bunched up here a little bit, like it goes skinny, and then whereas this one's no oil. This is the new one. You can tell too. I didn't go buy Ford ones. These are just regular. I got them from Parts Source, $60. I don't know what the Ford ones go for, but I mean they're pretty much the same thing, and I've bought these ones before and they haven't failed on me yet. So anyways, it's pretty much just gonna be reverse process now. That is the hole it goes in. You can see that little screw hole in the top, that brass looking screw hole. That's where this bolt goes through, or the bolt that goes through there, just like this one. And then you unplug it too. It might help to unplug it before you undo the bolt, depending on how it is. But yeah, other than this, I just gotta put that in there, put the cover back on, and put everything else together. And I might have to clear the engine coat, but we'll see. Other than that, So now that we got her all buttoned up here, it's all bolted in, we got the cover back on, we got the filter back on, that's in place, that cover's back on, everything's plugged in, got that plugged in. I know I plugged the thing in there, and then, well, yeah, time to give her a fire, see if it goes. I might still have to clear the engine code for it, but hopefully not. Well, there we go. Yeah, a good old 3000 RPM park rev limiter, but right on. Well, there you go. Alrighty, so we're gonna take it for a little test drive here. I'm gonna go run it down the highway, and hopefully there's no issues. Well, there we go. Right there, I was able to get up to 4,500 RPM, and there was no issues. And the car's got way more power than it did earlier today. Misfire, because before, right about there, I would have had a stutter, and you could feel the car lose power, but it's got everything now. No more power loss. Well, there we go. It was successful. No more misfire. Runs smooth. Got all its power back all the way through the rev range, and yeah, overall, it only took me a couple hours, but I mean, I could have been quicker if I had all the proper tools for it, mainly just a 7mm wrench, or whatever the imperial equivalent is. But yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just put them down in the comments and I should be able to answer them.